What is up, everybody? I'm George Mossey. This is my co-host, Heather C. So, Smothered Season 4 has aired. We have watched episode 1 very carefully, and we are going to recap the episode with you guys. I'm really excited for this season. It's getting even more strange and more weird, and that's exactly why we've been watching this show. I want to talk about a mother and daughter duo who are back, Christina and Kathy. So, the interesting thing about them was they lived on the same street, 5 houses away from each other. Now we have learned, well, first of all, last season, we remember seeing Christina and Kathy try to secretly buy a house really, really close. I mean, this is all on the same street, but really close to Kathy's house, behind her husband Carlo's back. He found out and actually stopped the deal from happening. But in the end, he did end up buying a house 4 houses down from Kathy's house, which is much bigger than the house they're currently in. And they're actually in the process of moving in the dead of winter in Chicago, Illinois, which I think is crazy. But luckily, they're only moving 3 houses down from the house that they're in. So do you really need a moving truck for that, or do you just carry it the 4 houses down? Like, how does that work?
I don't know if you would need a moving truck because the time that it would take you to load it to the truck, you just take it right back out. So you might as well, like, while you have it in your hand, just like keep going with it. But no, I love these two. We've been watching Smothered since season 1. This is our first time covering this show, and I've always liked them. I think that they're a match made in mother-daughter heaven, which is funny because she actually has a sister, and you would never know because of how close they are. But you always have that one kid. It's like you never want to say who your favorite is, but you always have that one kid that's like just like you. It's like that's her thing. Like that's her kid. That's her reincarnated. So but yeah, no, I think that it's great. I'm glad that they are so close and that the house is beautiful. I mean,
Right?
the whole neighborhood, every house that they showed looked beautiful. So I think that it's good that she's staying close because I know she has kids, so that way she could be, close and to her grandkids, and they can still get into trouble and everything. So
Yeah.
this will be a fun journey to watch.
I can't wait. Christina hinted around that there's something that she hasn't told her mother, which surprised me because they tell each other everything. So we're going to have to keep watching to see what that secret is. I think it has to do with the restaurant and expanding and all of this different stuff. So Kathy's always been my favorite because she's obsessed with Halloween. And I am also obsessed with Halloween. So I feel like me and Kathy would be friends even though we don't know each other. So I'm just excited to see them back. All right, so let's check in with a new mother and daughter duo. So Francia and Paula. So first of all, they're from Pasadena, California, and their house is clothing optional. So apparently, back where they're from, it is completely normal to walk around naked around your family. And she said that it actually shows how close you are. And I think that this is a really interesting thing because in America, no one ever wants to accidentally see their mom or sister or anyone in their family naked in the house. So this is really interesting. And I think that they are super close. They discussed that they go to the bathroom at the same time. Oh, they use different bathrooms. So let's just keep that there. So they don't use the same bathroom, but they go at the same time and they do everything together. The only thing that's going to change their relationship is we found out that Francia's sister unfortunately passed away of stomach cancer, leaving behind a daughter, Alejandra, who Francia is going to be adopting and becoming a mother again at 46 years old. And because I say a mother again, because Paula is basically her best friend. So they're not really like mother and daughter because Paula's 27. So now she's going to be bringing a child into the house. And this dynamic is worrying Paula because she feels this is going to interfere with the time with her best friend. She requests time with her mother. She requests that they have special 5 minutes of happiness together, is what they call it, where they just lay in bed and talk and tickle each other, just like when she was a child. And I feel like it's such an innocent thing, but it's also weird because Paula was like, Mom, are we weird? I don't think you're weird. I feel like it works for you guys. It's weird to us because we don't know you the way that you two know each other, but it's really interesting to watch. And I'm hoping that you don't lose your best friend. But I really respect what Francia is doing, taking in Alejandra when she needs her the most.
Okay, so I'm gonna come through and like completely be on board with them, and I'm gonna be the weirdo. Actually, this is so crazy because like I'm from America. I'm not from any like great exotic
Oh,
place.
and they're from Colombia. I don't think I mentioned
Okay.
it's Colombia.
So, I'm from here and but um growing up, the relationship that I had with my mom actually reminds me a lot of them because I was the only child for a very long time. Like, so I suffer, and I probably still do, which is funny because I have three sisters, but I still suffer from only child syndrome, where I feel like I'm the only one that ever matters, even though I have siblings now. But like, so I get it. So even though she's grown and people are like looking at it like, oh, well, she is going to be jealous or she's going to be whatever. Of course she is, because even though that's her mother, she has had her mother's attention her whole entire life.
Yeah.
And I don't care what anybody says. When you love somebody, whether it's your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever, if they take their attention away from you and start to give it to somebody else, you feel some type of way. And if you say you don't, you're lying. I don't care what anybody says. You are lying because, especially being the only child, she wasn't in competition with anybody.
Right.
She didn't even like the fact of her mom having a boyfriend. And I'm like embarrassed to say, but now that I'm older, I'll say it. Like, I was the same way. Like, my mom would like be a hairdresser and she would cut people's hair. Cut people's hair. They were paying her. And I would have an attitude. And I would be like, oh, you're gonna like talk to her. But I was little, okay? We'll just put that out there. Like, I was little. But I was like giving her grief because I don't know, I just did not like my mom like doting on someone else. So this is going to be a really hard situation because she's going to be playing the mother role. Where this, in my situation, my mom was just cutting someone's hair. So I was just crazy. But, and then also I wanted to add about the nudity thing. That actually is more common than you think. Like, I don't know, growing up, it's the same way in my house. Like, my mom was always comfortable with changing and walking around naked and like, going towards the restroom or showering or whatever. And then like I find myself doing the same thing where it's just like it's natural. It's like you're comfortable with yourself, you're comfortable with your body, you love the people that you're around. It's like you don't think that maybe you're like embarrassing the people that are around you. You just look at it like, what is your problem? You're the weird one, I'm not. So that's what I said. Like I like to see them. Like there's a lot of relatable stuff, and I don't know if it's bad or good. I don't know what the feedback is going to be on this video, but I like let a lot of things out of my closet today, so I'm a little a little embarrassed, but
I wonder if it's a woman thing feeling that comfortable, because I feel like men aren't ever that comfortable, So I feel like women definitely connect with each other on a level that men never could. So I definitely understand these mother and daughter relationships, because you don't ever see a father-son show where they're super close, because men don't have that ability to connect the way that women do. So I was thinking about it, and I was like, maybe it's a woman thing. Like, women are so comfortable and confident in themselves and being around people they love, they just react that way.
I did it too. Like, it was just like generation after generation. Like, it was not weird to like see somebody like your mother or your grandmother like changing or naked. It wasn't like, oh my God, or like, ew, oh my God, So I don't know, like I didn't like just lie in bed with my mom naked like she did. Like it wasn't nothing like that. But like I said, like everybody is different. I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm just here to say, we did it in my household. So, I don't find it to be weird. I think that they're cool and they do them. You know what I mean?
I'm really excited to see how this season goes. There's so many new duos, and then there's a lot of returning people that we really love, like Dawn and Cher as well. That's it for part 1. We're going to come back with part 2 and talk about the rest of the mother-daughter duos. I'm George Mossey. This is my co-host, Heather C. Guys, make sure you're live tweeting the show with us so you can react to it as we react to it. Thanks for joining us, and we'll talk to you all really soon.